friends! Today I am here with a really exciting Facebook Marketplace find, and it is Kanani. She is just so adorable. I found her in amazing condition for a really great price, and we're just going to clean her up a little bit today. She has a couple faint scratches on her face that I honestly might leave just because I don't want to remove her blushing to take them off. And other than that, we're just going to go over her limbs with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser just to clean her up a little bit. And then I am going to wash her hair, and then I'm going to try to curl it in some semblance of her meat look by giving her a hot water dunk. We'll see if it works. I've never done it before, so I honestly have no idea if the water's going to be hot enough or what's going to happen. So we're going to find out. Sorry if you can hear jingling. My cat is on my lap. So I'm going to start just by brushing out her hair. It seems like it's in really great shape. It's not terribly tangled or matted or anything, so this step should be a little easy. There are a couple flyaways on top close to the wig cap, and that makes me a little bit sad because I don't think I'm going to be able to get the hot water up there high enough. I don't really want to get her wig cap wet, so we might just have to find another way to smooth those down or deal with those. And I am first going to remove her dress because she smells a little bit like shampoo. Her hair and her dress both kind of have like a perfumey shampoo smell. So I am going to start by sticking her and her dress in a box with baking soda for a couple hours just to see if that can get some of the smell out on its own. And then I'm going to leave her dress in there while I take her out and wash her hair because I think that's also going to remove some of the odor. So I'm just going to wrap her in a towel. So here I am going in with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and I didn't get it completely soaking wet. It's just a little damp. I am in a minute going to have to go and re-wet it because it dried off a little bit while I was prepping her. But I'm just kind of taking that over all of the vinyl parts of her body, and she looks pretty clean. She does not have any marks on her body, but I just know that storing dolls around the house, they might get a little grimy or dusty or something over time. So we're just cleaning her up just to make sure. And I am just really carefully going to go over her face. I obviously don't want to scrub too hard because I don't want to take off any of her face paint or anything like that. So I'm just going super, super gently with a very light hand and just kind of trying to get the areas around where her makeup is. And if there's any grime on the rest of her face, it's just going to have to be okay because I'm not going to give her a good scrubbing. So as you can see, she is all done. And there was just a little bit of dirt on the sponge. It wasn't anything too bad. So I feel pretty good about where we're at right now. And we are going to move on to brushing out her hair and detangling it. I do have the Our Generation brush that I got from Target. And so I'm just going to go in and starting with the ends, really gently just brush out her hair in sections. You want to start at the ends because if you start from the root, I guess you have a higher chance of pulling too hard on it and maybe breaking the hair off or something like that. I don't totally understand. I'm just doing what I was told. So just starting at the end, and like I thought, the hair was really not in bad shape at all. It was really not tangled. I think maybe the previous owner had been working on it and trying to detangle it because it was nice. It just felt really dry. So I'm just basically making sure any tangles that she got in transit are brushed out. And now that she is detangled, I'm just taking a little bit of baking soda and I'm putting it into this ramekin, and I'm just going to put her and the ramekin and her dress and shoes in a plastic bin with the lid on. As you can see, I accidentally poured way too much in, so I spooned some back into the container before putting it in here because you do not need that much. But here we go, and we will say bye to Kanani for now, and we'll see her in a couple hours. Alrighty, so I have taped some cotton pads over her eyes so that her eyes do not get wet, and I'm just going to wash her hair with dish soap. I have read a lot of kind of mixed things about how to wash doll hair. A lot of people just use regular shampoo, but my shampoo has a smell and I just kind of don't want there to be a strong odor. Dish soap has a pretty unobjectionable odor to me. So I have a bowl here of hot water and I'm just washing her hair in the hot water. It's not boiling or anything. It's just hot from the tap. And I've got dish soap in my hand, so I'm just going to give her a good scrub and I'm going to finish it off camera. So here we go. Now that she is completely washed, I am going to section out her hair once again and brush through it, just detangling and getting her ready for the foam rollers that I'm going to put in to try to curl her hair. So again, being very gentle with this step, starting at the bottom. You don't want to pull too hard and break her hair off because wig hairs are not like human hairs, and if you break them off, they are not going to grow back. So just trying to be really careful. She has a little bit of breakage already. I mean, she is a 10-year-old doll, so I would not expect her to be in completely perfect condition. The previous owner clearly took really good care of her, and I'm really grateful for that. So now that she has been detangled, I'm going to lay her down on this towel and try to plan out where I'm going to put the curlers. I have 8 of them. I think I'm only going to use 6. We're going to see. The pictures I've seen of her meat hairstyle, it looks like she has kind of bigger barrel curls. And mine is definitely not going to look like her meat hairstyle. I prefer a messier look with the curls, so I'm going to brush it out anyway and just make her have wavy hair. But I think 6 is going to be a good amount. So I am trying to portion it out into 3 even-ish chunks, and then I'm going to divide each of those chunks in 2, and I'm just taking the little foam rollers and I am rolling it all the way up. And I did realize partway through that I was not doing a very good job of this at all. I should have been paying more attention to how they were rolling. I think I should have stood her up maybe and had gravity help me out so that I could see what it would look like when she's standing up, but they're totally wonky and we're just rolling with it. So here she is with the rollers in her hair, and now I'm just going to run my tap water as hot as it gets. It does get pretty hot, but certainly not boiling. And then I'm going to give her a dunk in this bowl full of hot water. All right, so I let her sit with the curlers in her hair for a few days until her hair completely dried. And when I took it out of the curlers, this was the initial result. As you can see, the curl pattern in the front is a little wonky, but honestly, I think it came out pretty well, all things considered. I assume the curls are going to fall out a little bit over time, so I was okay with how they looked at first. And here she is dressed and in better lighting. I am so thrilled with how she came out. I decided to name her Ophelia because obviously I was listening to the new Taylor Swift album nonstop as I was restoring her. The curls did loosen up over the next couple days. I just kind of finger combed them out. Here you can see a view of the back of her head, so you can see how the curls look, and I just love this sort of beachy, wavy look. I think it looks so good on her, and she looks so cute in yellow. Overall, I am so thrilled that the hot water method turned out, and I think that she looks super cute. So thanks so much for joining me as I restored Kanani, and let me know in the comments if you have ever restored an American Girl doll's hair. Bye!